Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limited Diction Podcast. My name is Frankie.
My name's Daniel, and we're here to talk about all things nerdy.
All right, over the weekend, something big happened, in America anyways. The rest of the world already happened. A little movie called The Avengers, Age of Ultron. Did you see it?
I did. What about you?
I did not. Just kidding, I saw it.
Wow, you just ruined this podcast.
What a big waste if I did. I only saw it once, though.
Yeah, if anyone listened to our last podcast and saw the movie, you know we were pretty much 100% accurate.
Yeah, down to the Wakanda chips.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, it was a great film. If you did listen to us, you'll know, for the most part, we were pretty much wrong. I think the only thing you'd possibly argue is near the end, they kind of did break up for the most part. I mean, you had Thor gone, Iron Man gone, Hulk gone.
Yeah, and we did say most likely one of the characters to die died. I put it down to 2 but we'll probably go more into detail with that. And in case anyone's listening to this who hasn't, I don't know why you would.
Yeah. Might want to stop. We'll try to avoid major spoilers as much as we can, but
I won't. I'm gonna spoil everything.
All right, then never mind. If you haven't seen it yet and you care about spoilers, go ahead and turn this off. Go see it right now. I don't know why you haven't seen it yet. Fantastic movie, but go watch it. We'll wait for you.
We actually gonna wait?
Yep.
Okay, a lot of silence. But yeah, a lot of other stuff happened. But since this is our episode 1, last week was sort of a test that turned into us talking for 40 minutes. We thought we'd say a little bit about each other. I'm gonna describe Dan. No, we'll talk about ourselves.
Frankie was 4 years old.
That's 4. No, my name's Frankie, of course. I've been collecting nerdy things for the majority of my life. Started with my dad bringing me a box of comics. He liked Spider-Man, Batman when he was young, so it kind of translated because those are my 2 favorite characters. I don't know why I like collecting things, but I collect a lot of things from action figures, comics, books, movies.
Anything that has the word limited on it?
Yeah, that's how we even got the name of this. It's a funny story of how we got this, but yeah, I'm attracted to the word limited edition. I don't know why. Some synapses in my brain just. But yeah, other than that, I'm a musician. I'm in a band called The Last Troubadour. I write songs and play out. I work a job, and other than that, pretty normal.
And like I said, I'm Daniel. I am somewhat of an X-Men expert. Jesus.
X-Men expert.
Like most people in our age range, I got into comics through the 1990s cartoons of the X-Men, Spider-Man and stuff. That was kind of my first take on it. As I grew up, got into a little bit of like Super Friends, Justice League and stuff, but X-Men's always been the number one in my heart. It wasn't until the past couple years, probably right around the time of the schism in X-Men storylines, that I really got into the physical comics. Actually, thanks to Frankie here.
Yeah, we all sort of got back into comics around the same time. It started with like these toys called the Marvel Universe, and I just started collecting those. I'm like, I'm gonna actually read these funny books that inspire these toys that I used to read when I was a kid.
Yeah, and we found a guy on Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist.
Yeah, not that we recommend buying stuff off Craigslist.
Wait, if we just stop that story right there, we found a guy on Craigslist. End of story.
We got into comics. All right, our next topic.
Yeah. No, my lifetime goal is to collect all the Amazing Spider-Man comics, and this guy was selling a huge lot. And then I was talking to him, he was like, I also have this X-Men lot.
And then that's where I came in, and pretty much he had good half of all the X-Men books and Spider-Man books. So from there, yeah, it's just been
no one's ever seen that guy again.
It's true. Yeah, so started with 1 box right off the bat, and I think I'm at 9 long boxes now, unfortunately.
I do the short boxes. I'm well over 12 short boxes, so that would be 6 long boxes, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I like the short boxes. They're easier to move, but I don't know. Maybe I need some long boxes. But yeah, so if you couldn't tell, we're nerds, and we don't try and hide it.
I tried. It doesn't work. As we sit in front of a entire cabinet full of Marvel figures.
But yeah, that's a little bit of information about us. We'll probably come up again.
Yeah.
All you need to know.
Back to the Avengers then.
Yeah.
Um,
Or also known as the Hawkeye story.
And not the Black Widow story.
Nope, just Hawkeye.
We might as well start at the beginning of the opening sequence.
Oh, that was that was straight out of a comic book.
CGI was a little sketchy, but I mean, great callbacks to like the old school G.I. Joe kind of stuff.
Everything looked like a splash page, and like it froze and posed. And can't see me, I'm doing the poses. But yeah, that opening scene, and it was funny. I think maybe we will try and do not spoiler. I liked the movie. A lot of great moments. Action was good. A lot more funny moments than I thought.
Yeah, there's a great storyline of Hulk and Black Widow, which not really. If you've seen the trailers, they kind of hint at it a lot. The party scene.
Oh yeah.
You see a little bit of it in the trailer too, but that was a great time. You know, that's where in the last episode we were talking about how it had a nice mix of humor and action. That's where you get a lot of the humor there.
Yeah. Obviously, the movie really expounded upon it, but it still was enough of a. The trailers didn't. I stopped watching after about the second trailer. You sold me. I'm gonna watch this movie. So I don't know how farther along they got, but from what I watched and going into the movie, the trailers didn't ruin enough.
They showed a surprising amount.
That's what it seemed like it was happening
when I was watching. So I just recently watched all the trailers and watching the movie. I was surprised how much they actually showed us. Then there was the Hulkbuster fight. But they kind of switched on us. The last couple of things they put out, they made it seem like it was set up as a trick to fool Ultron. So they showed there's one part of the movie during the fight. It's in the trailers where they punch each other in the fist. But in the trailer, they made it look like they were just like fist bumping like after the fight. So that threw me so weird. But
I avoided that altogether. So you were just telling me about this before the podcast. But that's funny. That's a great marketing thing. We're gonna make you think it's this way, and then you get all mad, like, why they show us this? Just kidding. It's completely different.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, that was we'll get to that fight scene, but that was cool.
Yeah. The introduction of the twins. If you just watch the Marvel movies, the twins in the movie, they are actually all X-Men origins. It's kind of interesting that Marvel can use them.
Yeah, but they're not mutants, they're names.
Well, yeah, and that storyline, but it's surprising that they can even use the names alone. But the reason they can is they do have more history in the Avengers comics than they do with the X-Men. But that was a really cool way to avoid the word mutant altogether. Backstory: Fox has the rights to X-Men, which means they have the rights to the word mutant, and Marvel can't use it. I thought they were great. Ultron stole the show.
Yeah.
I think he had some of the funniest lines in the whole movie.
James Spader did a really good job, just menacing and still funny. Like for being a robot, he was really human at times.
Yeah. Just like the Vision.
Oh yeah. Why are we going to the Vision now? We'll get to the end.
The funny part, you're the Vision, Dan.
Oh yeah, we did the which Avenger are you? I got the Vision.
I got the Hulk. It's kind of, not that I disagree with it, but it threw me off based on how I was answering some of the questions. I got surprised.
Huh. So where were we at? Beginning. There's Storm and Baron von Zucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is going to be the main villain in.
No, that's Baron von Zemo.
That's what I said.
No, okay. I knew where you're going, so you didn't quite make.
He was the main villain in the opening sequence.
Yeah, see?
Avengers. Come on.
Yeah, that was a red herring. I thought he was going to play a much bigger role than he did.
Yeah, a lot of red herrings in the movie.
Yeah. I like the part where he's like, we should surrender. Then the Avengers like, we don't surrender. I'm going to surrender. Then they went back home because they got the Loki pokey stick.
Yeah, and that's where all had broke loose. And Ultron got. Backstory of Ultron is basically it was set up to be a peacekeeping system. If you saw the last Iron Man movie, you got to see a little bit of it. called the Iron Legion. So this was supposed to be like the next step to it, a complete AI peacekeeping unit that they could deploy across the world. So Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, I was like Tony Hawkeye.
They used the Loki pokey stick.
And they fail, but something happens in Ultron.
They create a sentient being, and he starts pondering the purpose of the Avengers, because all they do is bring harm, and he wants to eradicate them. But rather than go beat for beat for the movie, you had some highlights written down in five.
Yeah. Well, we already talked the opening sequence.
Which was baller.
Talked a little bit about the Hulk and Black Widow relationship.
A lot of people were against that.
Yeah. I heard that fairly recently before the movie came out that people were so against it. You kind of see comic book people, because in the comic it never really happens.
Yeah, but in the comics she has a Russian accent. There's a lot of stuff. I gave up on wanting it to be exactly like the comics a long time ago.
Yeah, and I don't think it needs to be.
No.
I understand with the X-Men films, it kind of bothers me when they mess up stuff in the comics, but then...
Like costumes? They don't wear costumes. Like
Havoc being 30 years older than Cyclops.
Oh, yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have this kind of... Hulk and Black Widow sort of have this...
Ship. They're shipped.
Because they both feel like monsters. Metaphorically, emotionally. Feel alone.
And then, of course, the post-Hydra raid party, which we talked about a little bit. You see a lot of other Marvel Universe characters during this scene.
Yeah.
War Machine is in the movie a lot.
Which I love War Machine.
I wasn't mad about it. It threw me. I wasn't mad about it. The thing that made me mad was you see Falcon during this party, but then you don't really see him ever again.
Yeah.
What is you who see the movie like that?
We do, but no, we're spoiling from now on. It's getting spoiled.
But I don't understand, I know you get the one line of the missing person case, which is a throwback to Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he's going out, chasing down leads.
But that final fight scene, I don't understand why they couldn't have just thrown the bone. War Machine's there. Why not let Falcon come in?
I think I heard way before they started filming, Anthony Mackie called Marvel every day, "Hey, can I be in the Avengers movie? Can I be in the Avengers movie?"
Oh no, that's how it was since they started the movies, back in Iron Man, he apparently called every day looking for a role. And then when Captain America, Winter Soldier started casting, they were like, "Okay, fine, you can be Falcon." So maybe they're just annoyed by him, and so they're like, "We'll give you 10 seconds." That's all you get.
He's funny. I watched the Winter Soldier behind the scenes stuff Blu-ray, and he's a funny guy.
Sure, women's addicted.
I'm a women addicted kind of guy. But yeah, he was in it. My favorite part of the scene was Cap's old war buddies. That makes me laugh just to think about all his friends are old guys, and it makes sense. But then I'm just
that's a nice throwback to the comics.
Yeah,
a lot of people seem to like to see. My favorite was right after the party where they're trying to lift the hammer.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And then they all think Thor's hammer's a trick, but the legend behind Thor is only those who are worthy can lift it.
Says it on the hammer. Though he be worthy, something.
That's why I didn't try. But yeah, see, you get some comedic scenes of all the people trying to lift it. Cap slightly moves it a little bit. Speaking of Cap, during the opening scene, he makes a joke of watch your language to Tony Stark. That's one that gets to play out through the whole movie. But yeah, Captain America moves it a little bit. Thor's face kind of gets a little nervous, if you will.
Yeah, he moves it.
So that's a throwback, because in the comics, he's swung it a few times. He's never been able to hold it, really.
Who, Cap?
Yeah.
No, he picks it up.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's worthy.
I need to. What issue?
I'm a nerd, but I'm not a computer.
Yep, you are.
Huh?
It's a trick about computers.
Everyone likes to pretend they're experts on everything, but they're just doing their smartphones. I could do that, or I could do. I don't.
It's true. Ignore this typing.
It was issued. Yeah, a lot of people hold it. We might go into that in future episodes.
Yeah, I mean, there are quite a few that hold it, but
Wonder Woman holds it.
Wonder Woman's not real.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's gonna start showing through, but Daniel, it's not like the DC universe as much.
It's true. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like I said, I got into some of the cartoons when I was younger. For a long time, Green Lantern, The Flash, even Aquaman, where some of my favorites had their toys and stuff, but yeah, just the storylines, I probably don't give it a good enough chance, but I'm unwilling to admit that. But yeah, just never gotten into it.
Yeah, I'm more of a Marvel guy too, but there's a lot of DC things I do like. I'm definitely a Batman fan. Spider-Man's my number one, and then Batman's number two, but sometimes it alternates, if I'm honest with myself. Batman is awesome, and I just like the whole Bat family. So I decided to, when I got back into comics, first it was strictly Marvel, and then the New 52 happened. I'll give this a try.
Yeah.
I've been kind of with that since the beginning of the New 52. But yeah, that might start to show through. Daniel does not like the DC so much.
Yeah, I do read Batgirl. At least buy it. Don't always read it. But yeah. Maybe after, not to jump into Secret Wars this time around, but maybe after that, if what there's rumors to happen to the X universe is going to happen, I might open me up to read some more books. But yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, we're both companies right now. They're having huge events, and it seems like they're gearing up for world-shattering kind of things to bring in new readers. I think after this summer, it'll be a really good chance for anyone that's afraid of comics. It'll be a good time to jump in.
Yeah, this summer is pretty much your point one.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so back to the Avengers.
Back to the movie. Obviously, probably most people's favorite part was the Hulkbuster Hulk fight.
Veronica Protocol.
Yeah, Veronica Protocol. I mean, Hulkbuster is probably one of the cooler Iron Man armors.
No, it's definitely one of my favorite. If I had to do top 10, probably 2 or 1. 3. Number 3. Yeah, the Veronica thing comes from. I didn't catch this, but I heard it somewhere because Bruce Banner's love interest is Betty Brant and Archie Comics Betty Veronica.
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
That was clever of them. That director.
What's his name? Joss something.
That's why I didn't
No, it's Joss Whedon. Of course I know who it is.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah. So the Hulkbuster scene was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the trailers, it's pretty much self-explanatory what that is. But yeah, it's definitely being able to see all the pieces put together and why it happened is really cool.
My favorite part about that scene is when he punches him in the face. Like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah, I like the throwback to where he mentions Bruce Banner, and throwback to where the Hulk really does not like Banner and doesn't think they're the same person.
Yeah.
And we got obviously Hawkeye's backstory in the safe house.
Yeah, so this movie was very Hawkeye driven. I think kind of heard maybe the complaints of the last movie that Hawkeye was more of a plot device in the last movie. So this one, they decided to give him a huge backstory, very different from the comics. And it's a good entry point for a viewer. I mean, most of the other people, other than Black Widow and kind of Hulk at this point, they have their own movies. So to really go deep into them during that movie, during the Avengers movie, I should say, it's kind of a double dipping. So if you use the Hawkeye character as your kind of everyman, and so I liked it. I did hear some people who don't like Hawkeye, but even he acknowledges, like, we'll get to my funniest line, I think, but he even acknowledges it's absurd. It's like, I got a bow and arrow, shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear the Hawkeye song?
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh my goodness!
I know. I'll throw a link up to Twitter at Frankly Done. I'll throw a link to the video up there. It was on Conan.
It was on Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I heard it's funny. I haven't had a chance to catch it yet.
I've watched it like 3 times.
Yeah, speaking of Hulk movies.
Oh yeah, there was this. I was reading about Joss Whedon. He wanted to do this arc with the Hulk. The Gray Hulk arc, and the Gray Hulk being more kind of a cognizant monster, where he's aware of things. And he's smarter, maybe not as strong, but he wanted to go that direction with the character. And there was some stuff filmed, I believe. I wasn't in on the meetings.
What good are you for us?
I just get my information on the internet.
No.
But yeah, he decided to, if they're going to do that, set it up for its own movie or some bigger part.
That's something I would very much be looking to see, especially if they do during the Grey Hulk arc in the comics. It develops into a character called Mr. Fix-It or Joe Fix-It.
Joe Fix-It.
Just as an alter ego, and it's probably one of the few things that really like got me interested in the Hulk. I wasn't reading when it happened, but
just the imagery alone, just picture big massive Hulk who's gray wearing a pinstripe 3-piece suit, top hat. That's enough said.
Yeah, enough said.
Which
is how they ended every comic in the 70s.
Yeah, enough said.
That should be our tagline. I think we could get sued for it. Yeah, and then Black Widow's vision, I thought was a really cool part. Again, you get a little bit of her backstory. People apparently wanted more from it.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be more in it. I was kind of surprised.
I loved it. I mean, if you've seen Agent Carter,
yeah, that was great.
Which I don't think we have any news on the second season just yet, but there's a lot of tie-ins to that for the season 1 plot point. It's available online. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should give it a chance. I didn't at first. I regretted not watching it every week.
So you haven't watched all of that?
I've seen it all now,
okay.
But I wish I would have been watching it week to week instead of having to watch it all in a row.
Yeah, kind of the whole Soviet young girl training program. I don't think it was called the Black Widow program. It was part of it.
Yeah, it's the Red Room.
Red Room
was what the throwback was.
Yeah. So everyone that was the funny part. Everybody had visions or dream sequences caused by Scarlet Witch except Hawkeye. Because she's about to do it and you're like, ain't nobody gonna mess with my head. That's not what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
Ain't nobody gonna mess with my head.
That was a nice throwback to the first movie when Loki controls his mind.
Yeah.
Update on Agent Carter released today.
What?
Marvel says, looks good. Decision revealed in 3 weeks.
Call back later, essentially.
Yep. I had fun on the date.
I like you, but I don't like you.
Yeah, all the visions were great, but yeah, I think Black Widow's kind of took the cake.
I think Thor's eventually will. It seems like that's going to lead more into his solo movie.
Yeah, that and the cave scene, that's not on my list. But those are two that, yeah, it definitely seem like they're going to play into the third movie. But the cave scene, Josh hated.
He hated it?
Yeah, he didn't think it had a purpose in the movie, which I'm kind of confused how he would have brought him to the Infinity Stones. Had they not done that? But yeah, he apparently hated it. But that Marvel, according to Josh at least in the interview, it was like Marvel put a gun to the farmhouse and said, "You get the farmhouse, we get the cave."
Really?
Yeah, apparently created a very hostile work environment.
The farmhouse is very mixed. I've heard very mixed things. I liked it.
I thought it was fun. I mean, I don't need a movie to be constant action.
Yeah.
I don't really need a Hawkeye backstory either. Not that I dislike him, but I'm not a huge fan. I'm not going to go buy a Hawkeye t-shirt.
I love Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye. That Hawkeye's great. But we can have different Hawkeyes. It's okay, everyone.
Yeah.
Calm down.
There's only one Hawkeye.
Everyone.
Yep. He died a long time ago. And then mysteriously got brought back because of him.
Yeah.
Which is the storyline that brought me into comics, actually.
Mine was Old Man Logan. We'll do an episode where we just talk about storylines.
Yeah, Old Man Logan will be coming back still a house fan
Yeah.
for Secret Wars, so probably definitely get more into that one. So the Secret Wars one coming up. Hawkeye's pep talk, Scarlet Witch.
I love that.
That was a great part of the movie. That's what you were speaking of earlier.
Yeah.
He kind of makes fun of himself.
I really wish I'd seen this movie multiple times so I can get it right and record it. But the paraphrase, he's basically saying, "This is all crazy. I'm a guy with a bow and arrow," and he gives her the pep talk like, "If you want to stay in this room and be scared, I'll tell your brother. He'll come get you. And you walk out that door, you're an Avenger." Boom. Goosebumps.
Yeah, that was great. I know. I kind of wish we recorded on a different day so that local movie theaters around here have cheap tickets on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Today's Cinco de Mayo.
Or Revenge of the Fifth.
Or Revenge of the Fifth. For all our Star Wars people. Yeah. Stick around for some Star Wars news. That's what we call it. Teaser industry. And then, we've got Ultron and Vision.
Yeah, Vision.
Both separate points, but both are great. I mean, we touched on Ultron before, but I mean, that's where I wish I'd seen it before or multiple times because he has a one line when he's trying to escape and then somebody stops him. And something like, "Oh, for the love of God," something like that. It was just hilarious. It's a super villain who was cracking jokes nonstop. Yeah. It was fantastic. Really. Well done, Josh. You have my approval.
Yeah, now Josh Whedon's done, so he doesn't need your approval. He's just going to take his money and fly off into the sunset. Right?
With Twitter and everything.
Mm-hmm. With Vision, though, that sets. Maybe we're going to talk about that later. It's kind of starting to set up Phase 3. It's going to be. They calling them gems or stones in the Marvel Universe?
I believe they call them stones. Yeah, Mind Stone.
Yes, the stones. Gems. So he has the Mind Gem in his head. And we've seen some other gems. Like
Cosmic Cube.
They're called Cosmic Cube. On the right, the Tesseract. I don't know. I wasn't at that meeting either. I'm not at a lot of meetings with these guys. But yeah, we saw that gem. There's one in the Tesseract, stone, whatever.
Okay, here we go. We've seen the Space Stone, which is the Tesseract. The
Ether.
Reality, which is the Ether.
Thor.
Dark World. Power, which is the Orb in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Where they did the dance-off for.
And the Mind Stone, which is now in Vision's head.
Yeah.
So we're just missing the Time and the Soul.
We got many movies to go. My guess, the Soul will be in Doctor Who.
So that has everything to do with everything.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I am. Marvel is. Last point, other than, I don't know if you want to talk about the end credit.
Oh. End credit.
Next point. Next point, I don't know if we want to talk about the end credit, but the final fight scene. I think that 30 minutes, probably like, they could have released that and people would have been happy.
Yeah. Well, we're praising the movie, and the movie's great. I do have some discrepancies, some not likies. Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. I thought that whole last kind of bit was a little convoluted. We're going to turn the city into a museum. It's sort of confusing what he was doing, and it could be because there's a lot of action going on. I got a little bit lost. I understood it, but still, like, really? Okay. But minor gripe.
Since we pretty much spoiled everything, Ultron basically he goes from this peacekeeping robot. He kind of loses track of his goal, where the only way to have peace in his mind is to kill all the humans.
That happens with every AI. Like,
yep.
Tony Stark not seen a movie?
Well, no, movies don't exist in the Marvel universe, just like zombies don't exist in the Walking Dead universe.
There's going to be a group of Walking Dead that call them zombies.
I hope it's a group of humans.
Yeah, so AI wants to destroy the world because they're ultimately destroying themselves. Tales old as time.
Yeah.
Well, not as old as time. As old as the concept of artificial intelligence. So maybe 100 years. But then that left one of my favorite lines too at the end, which is conversation of with Vision, and he's saying humans are destined to die. And Vision sort of says, all things that are beautiful aren't meant to last. He's like, you're so naive. I was born yesterday.
Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, that last speech with them was pretty good. And then end credits.
End credits. So we didn't get it.
We were close. I mean,
were we? If he would have, what if he would have said, "It is time"?
Now I told you I'd quit. I told you if the last line of the movie was "It's time," I'll quit.
He kind of said it.
I guess.
Sort of. Fun to himself.
Yeah. So that's real. I mean, there were some things throughout the movie I'm like, well, that was kind of a weird decision. But I mean, I think that just comes naturally with having comic book knowledge and then seeing different universe in the movie. It'd be like if you knew all of Earth 616 and all of a sudden started reading the Ultron universe, expect it to be the same. It's probably the nerdiest I've sounded in a while.
Anytime you're trying to explain different universes to anyone who doesn't read comics, you sound like a nerd. You sound like an alien trying to describe
the computer aliens.
That was such a given. Last week I didn't even say it because we just kind of assumed Thanos would say something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that big of a surprise because pretty much every teaser has been Thanos for the past, at least somewhat related to Thanos. But my problem with it, which maybe we'll get some backstory in Thor #3, but last time we saw the Gauntlet, it was in Odin's vault.
Yeah, somebody on the internet pointed out it's a different hand too. At the end credit, it's his left hand, and then the vault.
Well, then that makes more sense.
So they'll probably bring it up or not. It's only you have to pause it and wait for it. But speaking of hands, I found out the one Easter egg with all the Phase 2 movies that, as a nod to Star Wars, every Phase 3 movie has someone losing an arm at some point, or just kind of back with Iron Man 3. What was his name? The AIM guy that turned out to be the Mandarin. He lost an arm in Thor when Loki tricks him. He cuts his arm off. And Captain America is just the Winter Soldier just around the whole time.
It's a stretch.
No, it's not a stretch.
And what about Avengers? Who lost an arm?
Claw.
That was his hand.
But same thing. So that's your lead into Black Panther.
Yeah, I guess we should mention that. We weren't, as far as our people we thought would be in there, we got Wakanda references. We didn't see it though.
Yeah.
A little disappointed in that.
No, we should.
The woman who was Wakanda,
rumored, she wasn't in the movie at all, right?
She wasn't there at all, yeah.
There was a lot of that going on.
Turns out, I guess she would have been, I guess she still could have been Wakanda. But
there was
most likely part of Thor's dream.
There was a lot of, that's another gripe. It kind of felt like a little choppy. I'm not a movie maker, but I don't know, to me, story-wise, it seemed to jump, sort of. And I think probably has to do with that. It feels a lot more. This is getting really long.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long movie even on its own. I mean, we pushed 3 hours, I believe.
Well, it was 1 minute shorter than Avengers 1. That's what I found out. I thought it was.
And didn't make enough money.
Yeah, didn't, but it's not anything to scoff at. I think there's a lot of factors. There's NBA playoffs, the Manny Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
But it's not like those people aren't going to see it. That movie's going to be fine. Made enough money.
Oh, yeah. I think they were just expecting more opening weekend. I mean, it's not like Marvel's closing the doors tomorrow or anything. So they made more money than I'll probably ever see. But
they were number 2. And the one... No, it's opening weekend. And you know who is number 1? Avengers 1. You know who's number 3? Iron Man 3.
So they're doing alright.
They're doing fine. Everyone's like, worst movie ever. The internet is so negative.
Well, yeah, that's what the internet's for. Our first review said, you suck.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Our first review said, funny but gets off topic.
Oh, yeah.
That's alright.
That's what a podcast is.
That's what we is.
We is. Definitely not English teachers.
Yeah, so didn't get Black Panther.
Nope.
Didn't really get Wakanda. We got Claw, which kind of ties them in to the movie. We didn't get Carol Danvers or Spider-Man.
Oh, you're supposed to, right?
but we were supposed to, yeah. So I'm counting that as a win. But yeah, Josh had roles for both characters. And the casting for Carol and the deal with Sony just didn't get finished in time to film. Which I'm like, if I was him, I would have just filmed Spider-Man anyways, just in case. Throw it in there, even if it's just like they're fighting the city, just swing by. Just like little Easter egg for everybody waving, you know. But yeah, so I'm counting Carol and Spider-Man as wins for us.
We were thinking alike, us and Joss Whedon.
We were pretty much best friends. Yeah, tell him to call us, but he's not on Twitter anymore, so he probably doesn't listen to the podcast either.
But overall, that movie gets an A.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's, like you said, there's a lot of negativity I've seen, but none of it really stands out to like, yeah, they could have done that, but would it really have mattered in the long run kind of stuff. But while we're on the subject of Dan, might not even get to touch everything else.
That's what she said.
Well,
yeah, I'm still doing those. 8 years or however long.
So, one door closes, one door opens. Marvel's already starting to release some concept art for Civil War.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. If you haven't seen it, I mean, Google that, you'll find it. It's really cool. There's a nice picture of Captain America and Iron Man getting ready like they're going to fight. And then they released concept art for Iron Man's new armor for the movie. I believe
Bleeding Edge?
Yeah, Bleeding Edge is what it's at least based off of. I believe they're going with the Mark 46 for the movie, which I don't know why they don't just get more creative with the names, but we don't make money, so not our job. But yeah, let's leave Marvel, head over to the DC.
Yeah, so DC late Sunday night, they showed the first picture of the Suicide Squad.
Yep.
I think Will Smith teased it. I don't know if who showed it first, but it showed whole crew looking like it's the 90s.
Yeah, I think Will showed himself in mask first. So then they were just kind of like, let's just give them everyone. Which, if you don't know the Suicide Squad,
yeah, the Suicide Squad
sends us.
They're exactly like us. They're reformed villains, some by choice, some forced into working for the government, and they've had different means if they go AWOL, bombs in their heads, poison. I will preface this with I am not an expert on the Suicide Squad, but I do know a lot of the characters in it, and I'm aware of them at least, and I'm excited for the movie, so I'm just going to read the list of the characters. And if I get this wrong, it's because my source is wrong. But Slipknot, not the band.
Definitely the band.
Okay, definitely. All the Slipknot dudes.
They're the whole Suicide Squad. They're changing their name.
Katana, not just a sword, a character. She's a woman. Yes. Enchantress, not a Marvel one. DC one. Rick Flag, who was supposed to be Tom Hardy. We might talk about him for a second. But instead, by the RoboCop guy, who's also in a show called The Killing, which is really good. You got to find on Netflix. Harley Quinn, who, no, the actress, Margot Robbie. She was in Wolf of Wall Street, very attractive woman, doing that kind of thing. Deadshot, played by Will Smith. And the group shot, he's maskless, but there is a picture of
Margot Robbie.
I think it's probably Margot. Margot? Okay. Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah. She's in Wolf of Wall Street. I just watched that movie if you have. Killer Croc, which they decided to go practical with the makeup on that. I think he looks cool. He's the dude all kind of to the right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can see.
Yeah, I'll throw a picture on the Twitter and the Instagram.
And El Diablo. So I don't know all those characters, but the ones I do, I'm excited for. The picture's looking pretty sweet. I've heard some complaints about, I don't know, because there's always complaints about stuff, how they look. I think they look fine.
Yeah, I don't know these characters, other than there's a few of them that stand out to me. Obviously, Harley Quinn's one.
Captain Boomerang, forgot.
Captain Boomerang, obviously. If I had to list my DC favorite character, he'd be number one.
Captain Boomerang?
Yeah, I mean, Captain Boomerang.
That's how you call him, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of on the Harley Quinn. I think she looks fine. I mean, it might not be a traditional Harley Quinn, but really, if you saw the Joker pictures, not a traditional Joker either.
Yeah, Joker. We never talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got apparently the one that everyone talked about with tattoos and stuff. That was just a promo picture.
Yeah.
How it actually how it's gonna look like.
I was fine with the tattoos, other than the one that said damaged on his forehead.
Yeah.
The
face tattoos, the damage in the J, I had a problem with. But yeah.
The teeth, I was fine with. It makes sense. He's getting teeth bashed in by Batman all the time.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were thinking it was a grill. I read somewhere that they're like, oh, well, it's actually probably just like replacement teeth because his teeth got knocked out.
Mm-hmm. The Joker has tattoos in the comics, but they're like Japanese tattoos, not
self tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it because I'm calling it right now. The tattoos are there. The one of the smile. At some point, he puts it in front of his actual face.
That'd be like if I just got a tattoo that said Frankie. Put it on my face.
Get your face on your face.
Yeah, that used to be one of my sayings. But yeah, I'm stoked for that movie. The DC movies seem to have a different tone. You get Batman v Superman.
Apparently going to feature the Joker potentially.
Really? I know
I
that.
don't think it's confirmed, but he was spotted on the set.
Oh, no, Batman is going to be in the Suicide Squad movie. I don't think Joker. I don't think they might say Joker's name, but the Batman v Superman movie seems so loaded with stuff they have to do in order to start Justice League.
Yeah, they're bringing in Aquaman, who we've seen already. Looks great. If you're gonna do an Aquaman, that's the right way to go, I think. And then they released Wonder Woman art this past week as well, which I think looks great too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think Joker will be. There's just too much going on, but I could be wrong.
No, I probably just read it backwards, but yeah, apparently it's a flashback scene of Joker just beating Robin to death. I know the Batman Begins guy is gonna love watching that. That's probably the scene he wanted.
Batman Begins guy?
The actor.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale.
Oh.
Yeah. Christian Bale said he would quit the Batman movies if they would put Robin in them. Which ironically his last movie didn't include Robin, so he wasn't lying, I guess.
That was just his name. Robin.
Still.
Oh, speaking of that, that's what I got. We were going to talk about stuff we got over the weekend. I was stoked because I got the box set of Nolan.
The
limited edition. My girlfriend Priscilla got it for me for our anniversary. That was my present. It's sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But yeah, that's in the DC camp.
Not quite. Gotham wrapped up this week. A lot of people hated it, the whole series as a whole. I watched it all the way through. I didn't have a problem. I mean, I understand why people don't like it. You're expecting a Batman TV show. You got a Gordon TV show. You basically got a cop drama in the Gotham universe. But the finale was pretty great. Some not surprising things happened. Puts it in a really good place. It did get renewed for a second season.
I think it got renewed like after the pilot.
Yeah, right away pretty much. So I think it puts it in a really good place. You got a lot of characters that they've teased have started to grow. You see a little bit of Catwoman, Catgirl, I guess at this point. She's a child. Starting to get a little bit more evil instead of the anti-hero kind of thing. But yeah.
I'm 3 episodes behind that, so.
Yeah, if you started watching and gave up on it, at least give the finale a chance. I think you should be able to pick it up and not miss out on too much details. If you didn't watch the rest of the series, worth it. But,
so that had its finale. We still have Flash, Arrow, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, wrapping up soon.
All shows I watch. I do watch Gotham. I've got 3 episodes behind. I'm going to watch them. Yeah. I had the same sentiments about the show. I like it. There's parts where I think it struggles to find the tone. I grew up watching Law & Order, so I'm used to crime procedurals, but...
You grew up watching Law & Order?
Yeah. I solely blame that for having a... Can't see his thing, just laughing hysterically. Yeah. Law & Order, Law & Order SVU.
That's awesome.
I've had a college level reading level since I was 10 because of watching that show. I don't know why. Just watched it. I think Daredevil did a way better job of being Law & Order with heroes, but Gotham's still fun. It's fun. That's my stance on Gotham. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of Law and Order.
I mean, I've watched a lot more in my day, but I didn't grow up on it.
I liked staying up when I was a kid, and that meant I had to watch the shows my grandma was watching. So I watched a lot of ER, watched a lot of
George Clooney.
I remember.
Let's get George Clooney in a lot of movies. He can be Cannonball.
Nope.
No.
He beat Stilts Man.
Old Man Logan.
Oh man. Yeah, grew up on weird stuff.
Yeah. Flash over to some independent but Marvel. The Deadpool fan film came out this week.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for what it was, good production.
It set it up for people. It was basically comic Deadpool versus
the
Blasphemy,
Wolverine origins,
monstrosity at the end.
Character named Deadpool. Both played by Ryan Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds.
I want to call him Ryan Reynolds.
If you ever meet him, call him Ryan Reynolds.
You should tweet Ryan Reynolds and tell him to change his name to Ryan Reynolds.
Alright, I will.
Yes.
Alright, let's get it trending. Hashtag Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
W.
Yeah, that was cool. And also, Bat and the Sun did Green Ranger versus Ryu for Street Fighter. Green Ranger and Power Ranger. You don't know that.
Ryu the Street Fighter.
Ryu the Street Fighter, Green Ranger and Power Ranger. Say that a million times.
I won't.
That'd
be an awful podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, both were. I mean, yeah, for being independent films, they do a really good job at the stuff. The Deadpool one, I think, is just a really funny throwback. Just killing off that character.
I hope they do that in the actual Deadpool movie. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool to just buy it. Listeners, I hate Deadpool as well. I'm just gonna build up all the hate.
Why do you hate Deadpool?
I hate Deadpool because my first interaction with him was the Ultimate Alliance Marvel games, and every time you mess something up or get hit by a bad guy and Deadpool's on the team, he just mocks you, and she's like, "Wow, that was a great hit." Stuff like that. It annoyed the crap out of me.
I like Deadpool since I was a kid because I like ninjas and I like Spider-Man. It seemed like both together. I have Deadpool's first appearance.
Got Cable's first appearance, but I don't have an idea yet.
What else we got?
Well, yesterday was Star Wars Day.
Yes, it was.
May the 4th.
Made a controversial statement that I don't hate prequels.
How about making the controversial statement that I've never seen Episode 3.
You haven't seen Episode 3?
Which is crazy because Wookiees are my favorite race.
Why have you not seen Episode 3?
Never had a chance.
It's been out forever.
I've seen the Wookiee part. I've seen the final lava scene.
That's the best of the prequels. What are you doing?
Just never had a chance to.
I own it.
Well, I own the originals on Laserdisc.
Do you really still?
Not still. I bought them a year ago.
Ah.
But yeah, well, still.
Yeah. You don't have them in your possession somewhere.
But yeah, never seen it.
Wow. I don't even know what to say.
Well, you say, wow. You have bad life.
But Vanity Fair released a bunch of pictures for the upcoming Force Awakens, and some information today dropped, I think, for the next
Yeah, for the second anthology, it's going to be Boba Fett focused, which they're releasing how many films in the next couple of years?
One a year. So it's boom, boom, boom.
6 total, though.
Yeah.
3. So it's 7, then an anthology, an 8, and an anthology, then 9.
Yeah, we have Rogue One. That's the first anthology. About stealing the Death Star plans, which would be cool. And then I guess the Boba Fett one, which I'm in for. Boba Fett was never one of my favorite characters. I liked how he looked.
Boba Fett's like everyone's favorite.
No, I don't hate him. It's just I really like Luke Skywalker. Han Solo.
Han shot first.
Yes, he did. Never forget.
Yeah, I mean, I think Boba Fett's a good choice. There's a good storyline there.
Yeah, the only thing I would fear is Boba Fett's cool because you don't know that much about him. If you start expounding upon him, it's not as cool. But I don't care.
Real question is, will they feature the MC Chris on Boba Fett's jet?
My backpack's got jets.
It's on Boba Fett.
Yeah, I hope they they do something because it's got the convoluted clone. Prequels are canon.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Not unfortunately. See, everyone hates the prequels. They hate on them. Yeah, there's a lot of eye-rolling.
The two that I saw, I liked. I'm not afraid to admit I've got the entire line of episode 1 toys.
Yeah.
I should be afraid to admit that.
I have them. We were kids when it came out. We shouldn't be ashamed.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have left them in the boxes.
We
were kids.
We were kids.
No, that's all I've got for news. Well, we talked about Tom Hardy a little bit earlier. He was Bane.
He was Bane. He was supposed to be Rick Flag in Suicide Squad. He dropped out.
Going to be in Mad Max.
Yeah. He plays the Mad Max.
That's a whole another episode there. But he apparently has come out
on the closet.
The DC closet, to the real side, the Marvel side. Throwing his hat in the ring for Punisher. We talked about last week how CM Punk did the same thing. So,
can I throw my hat in? My name's Frankie.
You just write him a letter with your headshot, hang a skull on you somewhere.
Should I be smiling or not smiling?
Well, which Punisher do you want to play? Yeah, that'd be a nice take. It's like you just shoot people and you smile.
Frankie Castle. Hi guys.
It's true. You already got the name. So.
Yeah.
Man, that should be your storyline. If we ever got, we always do this thing. We've been friends for
a long time.
At least 7 years, probably.
Almost been 10, man.
Almost.
Yeah.
Not quite.
9.5. You met me on my birthday. 19th birthday. No, I guess you're right. 7 years.
Yeah, we met 2006. 2006.
Every time you hit the microphone.
Yeah. We've got to. Yeah.
Think about in the future. There won't be microphones. They'll look at this time like, oh, so archaic.
What are they talking to?
What else you got?
I don't know where else going with that story.
Frank Castle. Us being friends. Used to manage the band.
Who's that? Frank Castle.
I don't know. You wanted to go on a tangent about a backstory about.
Yeah. So I guess we didn't really say it. We've been friends for about 7 years. Something like that.
Yeah. If we met 2016, it's 2015. We're just gonna argue about years.
We met in we've been friends for about 10 years. We'll go with. We always go back and forth with. If you ever got the chance to write any story with any characters, what would it be?
Yeah, you have to have your spec script.
I think that's what yours needs to be. Is Frankie Castle.
Frankie Castle.
Just like Punisher takes a vacation and everything, just kind of goes to Disney World or something, which you could use because Disney and Marvel are the same company now. But so that's all the news I have. Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, pick up anything cool other than your limited edition trilogy.
Yeah. I subscribe to multiple subscription boxes. That's why I subscribe. But 2 boxes I was waiting to open. I've had them here from Nerd Block. In front of me I have the arcade block and the horror block. Nerd Block is a Canadian-based company, and Nerd Block's the original. But obviously the arcade block is video game themed. Horror block, horror movie themed. So I'm gonna open this and keep talking so it's not awkward to describe the stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
As the oak gets to this, anyone who has any ideas for different subscription boxes, go ahead and send them into the Twitter at @TheFranklyDone, or even send us pictures, tag us in your Instagrams at Frankly Done Network, or on Facebook at facebook.com/Frankly Done Network. Be interested to see what kind of stuff you're getting into. Give us some ideas.
That's the Zelda looking box thing. Okay.
It's got all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh my goodness. There's so many cool things. So, alright, some magazine, Mortal Kombat, or just retro magazine. So, like the horror block, they have a magazine, so I guess the arcade blocks don't have a magazine. I'll read that later. Throw it on the ground. We got a CD, Video Games Live, level 4. So, I'm guessing this is just going to be video game themed music. Awesome. We're going to listen to that on the way home. T-shirt, Kingdom Hearts, There's Sora with Keyblade, looking cool.
It was like folded when you first held it up, so I really thought it was a belly shirt.
I mean, I could make it a belly shirt.
I don't think you should.
Next up, we have Pac-Man, the little ghosts, salt and pepper pots. That's awesome.
That's probably the coolest thing the box you've put out so far.
That is. And if I was more into Skylanders, this would be cool, but it's a Skylander guy. So, I don't know. Usually when I get a random thing, oh, it's already opened? Garbage! Garbage! It already... Okay, mine came opened. It's not supposed to be opened.
I think that's an instant refund.
And then this little keychain, which is either a cartridge or a chest. It's an 8-bit kind of. What do you think that is? Chest? Cartridge?
I'm going with chest.
Okay. And that's it. Very cool block. Horror block really quickly. Now, the original Nerd Block, Horror block, both are going to share an Ecto-1 vinyl figure. But they sent me an email saying if I don't want to, they'll send me something different.
Did you get it in the...
No, what? I emailed them. They sent me another Ecto-1.
Did you get to them?
Yes, sure. It's down there. No, the Nerd Block comes early in the month. Dang it. I said I didn't want another one. Those jerks. A bunch of jerks. Oh, I got some. Okay, so, not that the Ecto-1's lame, I just already have one. No, just give this to someone, I guess, for selling. It's a cool figure. My disappointment isn't the figure itself. It's that I have two of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ecto-1 vinyl figure. Overlook Hotel. Here's coasters, from the Shiny. That's cool. The horror block.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a deep pull. Horror block's cool if you're in the horror movies. And I am. But if I had to drop one, it would be the horror block. I Skull Evil, so that's probably from the Evil Dead. That looks like it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Killer Shots. Dead Good Shot Glasses. I don't really drink, so I don't like to waste it on. Ooh, little skull guy shot glasses. And this is most likely a mug.
Most likely pop vinyl.
No, it's not pop vinyl. They lied to me. I told them I didn't want two Ecto-1s. Yeah. Oh, Bates Motel.
Frankie just coming to the house.
Bruh, no vacancy. Bates Hotel.
That's a good show. Not speaking of shows, but...
So, Daniel, what do you think of the Nerd Blocks?
I mean, I'm gonna stand with my stance. All these subscription things, there's usually one or two things in there that I think are cool. I like mugs, so Bates Motel mug's pretty cool. I like the salt and pepper shakers. Those are just kind of
cool, yeah.
funny, good conversation starters.
Doing some shots.
But for the most part, I mean, like, at least these seem like there's more stuff that at least have some use, like the coasters are cool. Anybody can use coasters. Everybody should.
They should.
Have some manners, people. T-shirts, didn't really like either of them, but...
Did you play Kingdom Hearts?
I did. But, I mean, I'm kind of a blank T-shirt, or I do have a T-shirt company,
Promote that.
Bigfoot Tees. You can find it at cafepress.com/Bigfoot_tees. So yeah, if I'm wearing a T-shirt, it's usually just a blank one or one that I've made myself.
What are you talking about? The T-shirt you're wearing now has all the Smash Bros on it?
That's not true.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
They don't know.
You're a dirty liar.
All Smash Bros.
But yeah, I mean, I think subscription boxes are cool. I understand why people get them. But really, the only one that's even, like, come close to convincing me is the Marvel one that came out last week.
Yeah, that was cool.
But even that one, I mean, I think pop vinyls are cool, but I don't want to get into them because, like you, I do have a bit of a collection problem. So I always think, like, if I buy one, I'll have 20 by the end of the year. By the end of the month, I'm not kidding. So I kind of avoid them as a whole.
I'm very sad still.
I can tell.
I don't need two Ecto-1s.
What you do is you find somebody you love and you give it to them.
I don't love them.
Or you go to the opening of the movie and you see a little kid there. Like, hey, buddy, isn't that the one? He's like, oh, I want your stupid toy. I got an iPhone.
Got iPhone 18.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, those were cool. I had kind of a small week for me. Picked up a few comics. Spider-Man, the X-Men had its final issue this time around. It's a good little 6-issue story. Most of the stories can be read as one-shots also. It was a nice little story. You got a little bit of development of some of the students at the Jean Grey School. It's always fun to see Spider-Man and the X-Men interact. It's done a few times over years, starting with issue 35, Long Came Spider. Other than that, X-Men had its main run. Again, wrapped up a good little story. Wolverine's still going strong. And then I picked up the X-Men Mutant Revolution board game that came out last Friday. It's a decent little game. It's made by WizKids, who also makes the Dice Masters and HeroClix. Basic premise of it is you play as either Storm, Cyclops, Magneto, or Wolverine in each of their different fractions of the X-Men. You're just trying to recruit members and defeat other people.
So basically every day of my life.
Every day of your life, yeah. If you like X-Men and you like board games, it's a good game to pick up. Downfalls for it, other than you're using X-Men characters, it really has nothing to do with the X-Men universe, or Marvel for that matter. Other than, like I said, characters' names and stuff. Its gameplay is almost 3 hours, so you need to set up a decent set of time to actually play it. And minimum 3 players.
So you need friends that don't have lives.
You need friends that have a lot of time and don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a way you could probably play it 2 players. I haven't messed around with it too much. But yeah, if you like X-Men board games, I recommend picking it up. It's about $30 on Amazon right now. If you just like the X-Men or you just like board games, I don't think it's really worth your time to pick it up. It's not the greatest game that I've seen or have played. But it's fun. That's pretty much all I got. Looking forward to picking up anything this week.
My pull list is kind of light because everything's gearing up. DC is having their big crossover right now, Convergence, which I haven't started reading yet. And then Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man. Always get that. That's coming out. Secret War. We'll probably start talking about Secret Wars next week.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Secret Wars also. I saw, they had issue 0 with Free Comic Book Day, which if you have no idea what's going on, it gives you very little, but enough that I think you can, as long as you understand that all the worlds are ending and colliding, gets you a little set up for it. In my world, I read a few other things in Marvel, but in the X-Men world, they haven't really touched on it that much. But yeah, looking forward to that coming out. So yeah, that'll probably be a big part of next week's.
Yeah. So that's probably the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man, then. Probably the last issue of Spider-Gwen and Spider-Woman. Man, this event's really messing up a lot of things.
Yeah, a few things are getting last day issues that will last next 2-3 issues. I know Magneto's doing one of them. But then, yeah, everything's pretty much getting put on hold on the 2 big fractions of Marvel and DC for their big events right now.
That's what I'm saying. Any new readers, wait this event out or maybe jump on it. Probably won't matter. But after this event, both sides, probably a good time to start the comics.
Yeah, other than that, the only thing that I know of right now that I'm looking forward to, need to get a new long box. But
I mentioned that earlier.
Hulk 16 is coming out. Have a pretty good idea that it's going to be the final issue. Wraps up a really good story. If you like the Hulk, definitely pick up the last 16 issues that have been out. Good little story of Hulk's kind of taking over the complete mind and his intelligence and stuff. But other than that, we have been testing our knowledge.
Yeah, we're going to play this game at the end of each podcast.
And then on the website, we'll keep a running poll somewhere on there of who's in the lead. But it's the Trivia Box brand. We picked up the Marvel comic one. So yeah, we're just going to ask each other questions and then just keep track of
who is the most knowledge having.
Yeah, and then we'll switch to DC and only one of us will know what's going on.
I'll get like half the questions.
Alright, so Frankie,
Okay.
what Marvel superhero? I don't know why they have to specify that, since this is literally the Marvel Comics trivia box, but what Marvel superhero uses the Sanctorium for his base of operations?
That's funny. That's the question you got. Mine's relating to that. Doctor Strange.
That is correct.
Who's going to be played by the Cumberbatch? We'll talk about that more. So my first question related to that, it's just random, it's weird. True or false? Doctor Strange's first name is Steven.
True.
I know. Okay, so I'll go to my second half one. What government agent slows his aging process by taking the Infinity Formula? Come on, man. Come on.
Nick Fury.
There you go. Whew. Give me the second one.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, well,
True or false? Captain America's shield is made from adamantium.
that's a false. In the movies, it's vibranium. In the comics, it's alloy. So I'm going false.
That is false.
Boom, 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 boom.
Alright,
So,
so
it's tie so far.
1-1. Maybe we should shuffle these up a little bit more.
All right. Well, plug stuff.
Alright, so yeah, like I mentioned before, love to hear from people. Always review us on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes.
Even say mean things. That's fun.
Yeah, give us some feedback. We'd like to hear it.
We say too much. We hit the mics too much. We shuffle paper. Say it. We get better.
We have Facebook.com/Frankly Done Network. Instagram, look us up as Frankly Done Network. Twitter, we are The Frankly Done. And of course, our home on the web, franklydone.com, where you can find all our latest updates, keep the running total, and just kind of see what we're up to.
Yeah. You can find me at ClipsoTLT at Twitter's.
Yeah, I'm pretty much XTWODX, X2DX. Pretty much across all the social networks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to work if you want to find us. I'm not just gonna give you everything.
I just gave them everything.
Well, that's pretty much mine. But yeah, so I've been Frankie.
I've been Daniel.
Insert catchphrase.
And here's some music.